Hey everyone, it's Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I have a project here today using the products from the Craft Box, and if you saw my unboxing video, that was the last video I uploaded. I'm going to be using the products that came in that Craft Box, and I'm starting off here with a Prima wall hanging. This is a wooden wall hanging. You can see that twine that's attached to the top kind of there. This is going to go in my craft room, and I'm just starting off here with some Ranger gel medium. This is multi-matte medium. And I'm just taking some of the papers there that were in the kit, and I'm just going to tear them up and I'm going to just collage them down. So what you do here is you just put the gel medium down first, you put your torn papers on the gel medium, and then you spread your gel medium on top just to seal it. And then you let that dry, and then you continue to layer your other products on top. Now there's a lot of things I could have done with this. There's, a ton of different ways to use these products and create a collage. I was thinking about doing this on a canvas, but I had this wall hanging that I had actually received in a Simon Says Stamp mystery box, and I hadn't used it yet, and it's very, very cool. It's a really nice piece. Like I said, it's from Prima. It comes already primed and everything ready to go. And I just thought this would be a really great thing for creating a little wall hanging for my craft room. So you can see all of these really neat vintage papers that were in the Craft Box. They are gorgeous. And the theme for the Craft Box that I received was vintage seamstress. So they're all kind of like old-fashioned and sewing themed. And you can see that old, I think probably maybe even a Singer sewing machine or something like that. And really super cool, kind of antique-y, very much vintage. And I love these papers. So I'm just tearing them randomly, and I'm trying to keep the pieces that have obviously those straight edges on them over to the edge. And it's almost like a little puzzle, putting a little puzzle together. It's a lot of fun. I love doing this. It's super easy. It goes very, very quickly. And in no time at all, you have just this really neat base to create with. So you can see I'm just finishing up here, just tearing the last little bits and pieces and getting this on here. And I do end up speeding up the drying time here with my project using my heat tool, my Ranger heat tool, and just drying things a little bit more quickly. Now I'm just taking some gesso. You can use any gesso that you have in your stash for this. I'm using some Prima gesso, and it's a heavier gesso, so I'm just watering it down just a tiny little bit just to make it move. And I didn't want it to be too opaque. Obviously, I still want to be able to see the detail of those papers, but I just want to add a little bit of an overall sort of like white topping on this paper and the multi-matte medium. So I'm just going to continue that quickly here and get this all down. I'm just using a 1-inch craft brush from my stash. This is just an older brush that I use for different media that, I'm not too worried about my brush getting all that stuff in it. So now I'm just going to take the stencil that came with that kit, and I'm going to run this is just some texture paste that I'm running through here, and I'm going to just add some texture in that way over top of my collage papers. And this looks really cool. I love this. I love this stencil. It's very, very neat. Now I'm just taking some of the little crocheted lace that was also in the Craft Box kit. What I did was I just trimmed off a couple of pieces, and to add some texture to my piece here, I'm just taking my gel medium again and adding that to that lace here in a couple of spots, just kind of opposite each other, but just like one slightly a little bit more lower than the other. And now I'm just taking the wooden cut pieces that said vintage on them, and I'm going to stick those down again with my gel medium. And then I'll let that dry. Now I did let this sit here and dry for a little bit just because I did get a little bit more gel medium on there where that lace is. And now you can see I've added that little resin dress and those little dressmaker models, or one of the little dressmaker models. And now I'm just going in with some of my alphas. I've also added those little metal scissors in a couple of places, and that little string of pearls is going to go down at the bottom. You can see I've added a couple of the little floral pieces from the kit as well. And my title here is going to be Craft a Life You Love. Now I end up moving that craft, the word craft, over to the left a little bit, just because I felt like it wasn't very centered once I got everything on there. And once I stick everything down, that's going to be it for my project. I am going to include some still shots, and I'm also going to include a link to CraftBox, and you can check out all of their other boxes. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.